Disclaimer, the comments made in this video are intended for entertainment purposes only and are not intended to offend anyone.
Go look at your paycheck. It's not at least 100 grand a month. You got work to do.
Woke people need to be spoon-fed reality, and this is the buffet. Hello and welcome to another video. Today there are no rules for the wokies. There's a rule for you though, like this video.
Oh, man, you turned my radio on. You just turned my radio on. This song blows. My radio turned on. I didn't even know I had a radio in here. What was that, pal? You turned it to like My Little Pony right there. I don't know if anybody's ever seen My Little Pony. The pony that's got rainbow tail. I don't know.
This generation will be studied one day. The results would be crazy. I can't wait.
Yeah, it's kind of terrifying though to think about that one of those is 4 of me. Just that thought is kind of insane.
Why are they laughing though? That's not even funny.
And personally, I just feel like bad should make $20,000 an hour just for being bad. This is hard. I can't be doing this for free. This is crazy.
If I repeated the comments, this video would be taken down for internet bullying.
I grew up in a time with major pay disparity between the lead actor and myself, even though I had been in Bring It On and he hadn't.
Can you believe that Spider-Man made more money than me on the movie Spider-Man? He wasn't even in Bring It On. I mean, I know he was in 20 projects, TV and movie before I was in Bring It On, but he wasn't even in Bring It On. How does Spider-Man make more money than me in the movie Spider-Man?
Bring It On, seriously? That awful cheer thing? They paid her $7 million and Tobette Maguire got 10. Her character did not deserve to be paid $3 million less than Spider-Man himself. Let's be for real, feminists annoy me.
That's a dude. Oh my god, is that a man? Masculinity is a prison from which you will never escape, even though the key is and always has been in your hands.
But yes, that is a man. That is a dude.
Listening to music as a Christian. As a what? Huh? What are you hosting Bible studies on there? With the cross right behind you. That's crazy. You know, being a Christian means you can't go online acting like a
prostitute. The word he's trying to say is prostitute. Yeah, that's the perfect representation of my face. A heterosexual couple playing opposite day dress up.
Let's just go ahead and address this because for some reason right now this seems to be like the biggest question on the internet. Mo is not a boy. Are you?
No.
No.
Today I am.
Today Mo is a boy.
That's why I'm wearing this.
Mo, are you a girl?
No.
No. Why
But
not?
sometimes I am, because I'm
Sometimes.
gender fluid.
You're gender fluid.
Now, pal, I think the biggest question on the internet right now is what the f*** is wrong with people like you? Pal, that's child abuse. What is Mo, just a history? You know what? Whatever, just draft him at this point. Just draft, see what...
Yeah, that relationship is not familial whatsoever. He really didn't see the underlying intention with that comment? Seriously? This is how road hoarders should be treated.
Would you date someone who's plus size?
Who's fat?
Yeah.
No, I don't like that. Not trying to be rude, but me personally, I don't like fat girls. You know?
Why?
I just don't want to go home to a fat
Why is she shocked? You guys aren't exactly the most desired demographic. Are you gonna call him Photogabuk now?
And the woman who fights every single day to lift working people out from under the boots of greed trampling on our way of life.
Slam poetry, yelling, angry, waving my hands a lot, specific point of view on things.
What is she even yapping about? Boots to breed.
I have a trans kid, okay, and like my 7-year-old son is like in the middle like of medically transitioning, and like, you know, I live in New York, so it's a friendly state, and it's an accepting state, and it's a sanctuary state for trans kids. But now that Donald Trump and JD Vance are coming in, like they're gonna like stop my kid from getting the hormones that like she needs to medically transition. My kid's been exposed to a very like progressive learning environment, and a lot of the stuff that my son Carl watches on television, it really shows like the power of inclusion, the power of love, the power of like accepting like all people. That kind of helped my son Carl realize that like she's really a girl, and like her name is Carla, and now like Trump and JD Vance are gonna stop my kid from like taking the hormones that she needs to be the woman that I know she wants to be. Like, it is fascism, and it's a human rights violation.
He can't even get his delusions in a straight line. Your kid, your son, Carl, and Carla, the woman she wants to be, that's a 7-year-old boy. Your son doesn't need hormones, he needs a father.
Right-wing extremists are into that gender binary, which is very oppressive.
So I'm just really fast. I'm not a right-wing extremist. I'm actually
you have an American flag on your shirt.
I'm a United States Air Force veteran. My parents are legal immigrants from the Middle East. I don't give into the right wing. I'm not right-wing just because I don't give into that. Like, for instance, first of all,
do you believe there are two genders?
Yes, I believe there's.
Then you're a right-wing extremist.
That has nothing to do with being right-wing. There's men and women. If some people have gender dysphoria.
Did you wear a mask during the pandemic?
I definitely did not wear a
mask. Well, then you are a right-wing extremist.
Oh, God, dude, I can't, like.
I'm getting very uncomfortable here. I'm already, risking my life being here that you're not wearing a mask.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Wow. Don't worry. Everybody she says is a right-wing extremist is probably a right-wing extremist. Everybody is crazy except for her, according to her.
Permit me to shock your socks off. This is satire. The woman was playing a character, but she did it so well, didn't she? I wouldn't have guessed she was actually a normal person.
I have a question. Do men come with communication, or do we have to buy that separately?
Hi, Howard Anthony, by the way. As a male representative, I actually love the fact that you're bringing up communication as only a one-way street issue. So with that being said, I made you a video that I want you to watch that can maybe help explain our perspective. Enjoy.
Listen, I've confirmed it. My husband no longer cares about me. Okay, so this morning when I woke up in a really bad mood. And I wanted to talk to him about it. So when he asked me the first time, he said, "What's wrong with you? You're acting like you're in a bad mood or something." I said, "No, I'm fine." Okay, so then he asks again. He was like, "No, I can tell something's wrong with you. What's going on? Is there something wrong?" And I said, "No, I'm fine." And then he never asked me again. He never asked again. And what really hurts the most is that I was going to tell him on that third time. I was going to tell him the third time that he asked. And then he just must not care. He must not give a single
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed that one. It's one of my finer works, I must say. And the thing is, I am on tour, so you can click the link in the bio and come see me live, and we can hammer this out in person. All right, let's have ourselves a night.
This is why men start balding as soon as they get married. Is this a marriage or another day in kindergarten? Waiting to communicate on the third time. What? Why would he even touch the bottle after that? He should have had her pay and arrested. That's just disgusting.
I'm on the floor right now, bruh. Coughing only makes it worse. Don't cough, bitch. It makes it worse.
Y'all can go ahead and have this. I don't even want it anymore.
Trans women do not get periods. We don't have uteruses to have cramps. If you're a trans woman and experiencing this, you should probably talk to a doctor about gas and digestion issues. The level of rage bait this is. All of my trans girlfriends don't go through this. Trans women know we don't get periods. We may experience some symptoms from hormonal fluctuation from HRT, but it is not comparable to what a period is or the same. We should be respectful to women, trans men, and non-binary people who are able to experience their periods. Having a uterus means you might be able to have a period, and that does not invalidate me as a trans woman because I cannot.
Transgenderism has become a parody of womanhood. That's all it really is. Period cramps? Go eat a pink dragon fruit, then sit your behind on a toilet.
I'm just waiting and wondering when the LGBTQ community is going to understand that people like Jeffrey Marsh and Lily Tino are the true threats to their community. Because Lily Tino got facial feminization surgery. No, that man did not get facial feminization surgery. He got a horrible forehead reduction surgery. That didn't work. So he could pretend to be trans again and garner negative attention to make a mockery of real trans people. And the LGBTQ community, a vast majority of them will defend that man, while not realizing that he's the problem. It makes conservatives feel, not all obviously, it makes them feel like it's a joke. So
just to pile on, are we gonna act like he looks any different? He just blew a bunch of his money to remain an ugly man.
Unattractive men are so greedy. They get one beautiful woman in their lives, and all of a sudden they want all of them. To give an ugly man a chance is giving a person with a mindset of poverty a lot.
How's everybody's day going today? Y'all good? Y'all blessed? Everybody having a beautiful day? I love all of you. Jesus loves all of you, and I hope everybody gets everything that they want out of life. I just love all of you. And I know some of y'all gonna comment and say Shaquille, but she not even, though. I never said the girl was ugly. I didn't speak on her looks at all. I just posted the video. This is what y'all gotta understand about majority of women. Majority of women don't think that other women can be ugly. For some reason in their brains, it just doesn't exist, bro. You can go to any woman's comment section and there's gonna be women in her comments hyping her up. The only time that a woman is to other women is when that woman makes them mad. Now she's now her wig is bagged. Now her body is built like a pile of dirty clothes. That's the only time women are ugly women. Other than that, they don't find other women ugly. Have you ever had a woman try to put you on to one of her homegirls, and you be like, what she look like? Oh, she's pretty. Don't even worry. I'm about to show you right now. She pretty. She show you a picture of her homegirl. You be like, we must got different definitions of pretty, cause this ain't it, mama. This not it.
Somebody said that's a 3 putting their mouth in the business of an 8. Don't shoot the messenger now.
This is the problem with Democrats. You can be weird or you can be pretentious, but you can't be both. And Democrats are weird and pretentious. For example, remember when there was like these stories of like the drag queens teaching kids how to read? Yes. And if a dad or mom goes, yo, why are there drag queens teaching kids how to read?
Don't call me homophobic,
Thank
transphobic,
you.
because of that.
Explain that. I'm telling you, hey, I don't understand this and it makes me feel a little uncomfortable. And you're going, no one really cares about this. This is not a big deal. Right. What does you care about
It's like shut up and dribble.
Shut your mouth and dribble. And the second you do that to the majority of the country, which is what you're doing, they start going, man, f these guys. Trump, fix this whole These went too far. I can't even ask a question. When I do, they act like I'm stupid.
Wait, why is Charlemagne acting like he was defending and endorsing the pretentious weirdos, though?
I don't like your t-shirt. I'm an immigrant. I don't understand why you would want to deport some of my friends and family who have been working hard in this country.
What's your name, sorry?
I'm Claudio, sir.
Yeah, Claudio. And this is just a thought exercise, but it's very revealing. You are king, and you find out that there are 30 million uninvited people in your country. What do you do with them?
I try to find the most humane way of sending them back to our country. But first of all, I want to say
that's what we're doing.
Wait,
that's what we're doing. So what country did you emigrate from?
Are you gonna like discriminate against me?
No, I'm gonna do the opposite actually.
I'm Mexican.
But you came here legally, correct?
I did.
You followed the rules. The people that you know didn't follow the rules.
True.
So I divide America not into Hispanic and white, into rule follower and rule breaker.
Yeah.
And so when someone breaks our rules, there must be justice done. And the most humane way is you go back to your country of origin.
Some of my boys, like, they're being like persecuted, like back home, them and their families, like they're like in like drug related like wars and violence, and the only way out is if they escape and they break the American law, but that's the only way they're gonna survive.
If that is correct, we have a special asylum status that they could seek legally at a port of entry, that they could go through a whole process.
But if they're being persecuted, wouldn't it be justified to cut the line?
No. If we all of a sudden say that if you have a lot of gang violence and issues, I mean, like, we have a lot of gang violence and issues. Like, what are we talking about here?
True.
You have to draw the line. If your plane is going down, what do they tell you to do first? You put your mask on first. It's the same way as a country. We need to put our own oxygen mask on first, and then we can worry about helping other people.
There isn't really any state in America that's 100% safe. New Yorkers have stories, Atlantans also have stories, but you don't see them barging into Canada, do you? Yeah, exactly.
Do you think that President Trump is making America great again, or is he making it worse?
No. Clearly making it worse. Clearly making it worse.
What is one specific thing that is making America worse?
Well, there's a lot of things that we
That's good. I'm looking for one.
They're decreasing funding for the Agriculture Department DEI training.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, taking away several important educations of all Black history, of LGBTQ history. They're not letting us say words like gender or cisgender or all that kind of stuff in like studies and stuff, which is stopping from like really important things that like could be discovered.
Mass deportation for no reason. Exactly. People who work here who are providing for things that we use like crops and stuff like that now have to leave, and we won't have access to them, and it'll make it more expensive.
If an individual entered the country illegally and committed another crime in the country, do you think that that individual should be subject to deportation?
No.
No.
I think it should be the same as if someone was born and raised here and did that crime.
Okay. You do know that 80% of Americans say that if you're in the country illegally and you commit something, as it can be just robbing somebody or something like that, you should be deported out of the country. That makes you guys, with the 20% of America, it's a pretty radical, I guess, position to hold. So, I mean,
I don't feel like this energy
Yeah,
is right.
I think we're lost. I think we're lost in translation. Yeah, we definitely.
Now, when Charlie says college is a scam, can we all agree? Deportation for no reason, can't say cisgender. I wonder how they comforted themselves for their low IQ after they scurried off.
Do you respect Black women?
I do. That's why I would rather see your natural hair.
Oh, that's crazy.
Because Black women's natural hair is beautiful, but all the wigs and 613 bust downs, bro.
So what's wrong if I wear a 613 bust down? I can still rock my natural hair, but what if I want to switch it up?
Yeah.
What's wrong with that though?
So you can switch up.
What if I don't want to wear my natural hair every day? What if I don't feel like combing my natural hair every day?
That's just laziness, man.
Yo, get out of here.
No, for real though, because
I'm not very concerned about how you choose to style your hair. It's a free country, but you don't want to comb your hair though. If you love your hair as much as you profess, you should care for it.
Men do not take group fitness classes, and I honestly think it's because they think it's beneath them.
All right, guys, trying my first Pilates class.
Can the men that come to Pilates classes just stop?
Yeah, on second thought, maybe I'll just stay home.
That's the same girl, by the way. That's all you need to know about the modern woman.
Hit me. Go ahead, put your hands where you want to. Hit me. Hit me. Hit. Oh yeah. This going to jail. He going to jail today.
And that is all you need to know about modern marriages. I'm sure there are great ones, but come on, man.
Why is Trump focused so much on trans people?
Because he wants to preserve the integrity. Because
guess what?
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why, Blossom.
Because
You're
he's up
not
at,
trans,
I'll tell you
Pierce.
why, Blossom.
I'm a woman,
Hang
but I'm a
on,
woman,
Riley.
Blossom.
Hang on. Blossom, here's why. Because he's up against complete lunatics like you who think it would be right to have a gender-neutral Olympics. A gender-neutral Olympics is the most insane thing I've ever heard from any trans activist in history. Lunacy.
Exactly why Donald Trump
Well, you haven't found that until you met me. I'm not your average trans woman, in case you didn't notice. I'm not your average trans woman.
Riley.
People like Blossom are exactly why Donald Trump won on November 5th. I believe.
Oh, girl, please. Donald Trump rigged the election, which is why he's sitting in office now.
Can we mute this? This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen.
Mute Blossom, please, because she can't stop talking. Riley, you respond.
People turned out, I believe, in masses to the polls on November 5th to embrace Donald Trump, to embrace the America First agenda, to embrace his cabinet picks. But more so, I believe people turned out to the polls to reject absurdity. And that is exactly what the past 30 minutes have been on this program, Pierce, is totally, entirely, and thoroughly absurd from top to bottom. Saying there should be a gender-neutral Olympics?
I know.
Are you serious?
Madness.
Do you also believe, Blossom, that we should combine the Paralympics and the Olympics? I would love to hear an answer to that.
Okay, I'll ask her. Bring back Blossom. Blossom, should we combine the Paralympics with the regular Olympics? Have them all compete with each other?
I mean, why not? And to go back to Riley's point to
why
that
not?
last
Yeah,
point.
okay. You are completely insane.
Let's go back to that last one.
Yeah,
No,
so
because
no
she
Paralympian
actually
would win a
said
medal.
something that I wanted to respond to.
So no
But the
Paralympian
thing
will win a
is-
medal. So your
The
diversity,
thing
equity,
is,
and inclusion
people
turns
went
out
to
to
the
be
polls
unequal
because
and
they
doesn't
wanted a
include
better
any
economy.
Paralympian
People
or any
went to
woman.
My favorite thing was seeing his lips moving without hearing a single sound. Paralympics and the Olympics.
We not stopping until court. Exhibit K. And I'm about to play the video. Y'all know not to scroll. Also, I got kicked out the creator for. So this is for free.
Word fat is a slur. Yes.
She says the word fat is a slur.
Growing up, because I was the only
And she don't say it, right?
bigger child in my household, we couldn't say that.
So you don't use that words because of morals and it's a slur, right? So is this you? You just make up stories on the slide, huh? That's how you got the Lyft driver to be trapped. You out here recording creative false stories. You ain't even getting that car that's in that music video. But I digress. If you want to support me during this situation, make sure to follow my Twitch. It's on my TikTok. We will be on tonight.
You guys remember the morbidly obese versus the Lyft driver case, right?
How are you going to get people
Yeah.
to stop being trans?
I think we're going to tell boys that they're not girls,
So we're
that they're
going to
boys.
tell boys that they're not girls, and
Yeah.
they're going to listen.
Yeah, basically.
Really?
Yeah, that's what we've done for most of
because
history.
That
Yeah.
happened to me, and I can promise you to God that I didn't listen.
Yeah, well, because we live at a time that is affirming the transgender delusion. But if we lived at a more sensible time, probably you would have listened, and you
But
might have
we're
had
not.
some. And I think we should just return to a more sensible kind of
But
politics.
how? What is yours? You're not giving a solution on how you would even be capable of
Yeah, I
doing
think I
something
am. I
like
think
that.
we kicked the fellas out of the boys' bathroom. We kicked the
How are
transgender
you
teaching
going
out of
to do
schools.
that?
We just enforced the law as it was before 2015.
There was
it's not
a
that
law
hard.
prohibiting trans women to go into the women's bathroom or trans men going into the men's bathroom.
Yeah, it's there in the term women's bathroom.
That's a law.
That's why men can't go
That's a
in.
law.
Yeah. Yes, there are all sorts of laws against public indecency, for one, against men going into women's sports leagues. There are all sorts of regulations against that, or at least there were until recently. We did not have established in public life transgenderism until very, very recently.
That's not true.
That
That's
is
not
true.
true. What about the two-spirited people?
What is the two-spirited people?
In the indigenous community, they are. I don't want to get into semantics, but I know that the fact is that there has always been trans people.
Do you know where the phrase two-spirited came from?
I don't.
It came
Please
from
enlighten me.
It came from the 3rd annual Intertribal Native American First Nations Gay and Lesbian Americans Conference in 1990. And the woman who coined that term,
I just don't think that that's true.
it's true. The woman who coined that term admitted.
again,
Hold on.
you're
Let me just finish my point on this. The woman who coined that term, Maya Laramie, admitted somewhat recently that the term two-spirit came to her in a dream. in 1990. Now, the Ojibwe Nation actually has translated this term. It's the niche Mani Duwag, but they translated it from the English in 1990.
How you're capable of eradicating an entire percentage of people by setting laws, because people are
I think you're choosing not to hear what I'm saying, because I'm saying we don't want to eradicate any people. We want to eradicate but the other word is transgenderism, which is an ideology, not a group of people.
I am a transgender person. You can't just
you are a
skip over
confused
that
person, but
I'm
you're not,
babe. I'm so secure in myself, and there's other women in this room that are also trans, have been trans for 20 plus years, 7 years, babe, that know exactly what they're doing.
You're confused because it's not possible for a man to become a woman.
Looking at somebody without knowing their bodily autonomy, knowing anything that's going on with their medical history, anything,
because I know
you know nothing
I know
about
the
me.
basics of human nature.
You know nothing about me.
I know that you're human, and I know a little bit about human nature. And I know that a boy can't become a girl. So that's what I know.
Does anybody want to take over?
We know what women look like. That's why you guys inject yourself to get as close to the prototype as you can.
This is the boys' bathroom.
Yeah, I am, but I just dressed up.
That's so sad.
Stop.
It's on me. It was you thought you were that important that I just want to record you. No, you're sweet though. Like, I'm a comedian myself. I wasn't trying to get fame off of you, man. It's okay. She thought I was. She really did. It's on me all the time. It's okay. You're still cool.
Well, that was one long overdue humbling.
I'm making that point. So
what is the point that you're making?
I don't know, but if a bitch was to get raped,
Everyone's asking questions at the same time. I'm sorry.
Hold on, guys.
She's been being patient. Yes.
Are y'all leaving after lunch, or is this like a freshman thing too? Because I can't even leave.
You fought real hard for that question.
Are you gonna answer?
Obviously, I'm not gonna stand out here during.
You think that's okay to talk to a minor like that? Are you her parents? Did you legally have her?
I think she's a young lady. She's good. She's legit.
Is everyday pajama day, or have they given up on life already?
Why do you think black women get upset when you see a black man date and or marry a white woman?
Black women, they speak their mind, and we tell you what we're going to accept and what we're not going to accept from you, period. And a white woman is not going to tell you what you should do, what you should not do, and they're not going to put their foot down, and they're not going to tell you, hey, I want you to do this and I want you to do that, and they're not going to speak on that because you know why? Because they're white.
She's making the black man in her analogy sound like a kid that is incapable of doing anything. That is the problem.
Just because someone gets rich doesn't mean someone gets poor.
Yes, it does.
Explain that
in
to
this
me.
society, it does.
Explain that to me. When you
richer.
bought your hat, who got poor?
The people who made the hat.
What, they voluntarily contributed their labor and they got paid for it.
No, they did not.
They didn't?
There's workers in other countries who are enslaved to make things that I'm wearing right now.
Then why would you buy it?
Because there's no other options in our capitalist country. There are no other options in our capitalist country.
That's totally and factually incorrect. Make your own clothes.
There aren't very many options for that.
So what you're trying to say is you outsource your goods and services in a capital voluntary because you don't want to spend the time to go make your own clothes. No, what I'm trying to say is you're making the argument for you. I don't make my own clothes because I'm happy that someone in Southeast Asia gets a job so that I don't have to go make my own clothes. I'm actually really happy about that. Restate your question. Restate the question.
They burn alive in factories for making your clothes?
I'm really happy that Southeast Asia is experiencing economic renaissance so I don't have to go make my own clothes. In fact, some of these clothes are made in Italy because they're quite expensive.
So you're happy that people burn alive in factories so you can buy your clothes for cheaper?
I think that's a wonderful thing.
Okay, you're happy that people burn alive in factories?
Thank you for your feeling-induced emotional argument, and henceforth, we prove it again.
See what people mean when they call them pretentious and virtue signaling? If you hate it so much, do something about it. There are people that make their clothing out of recycled plastics. Are they weird? Yes, but at least they are honest and weird.
I know we on a podcast, but we all men, right? So y'all think men should start putting their hands on women again?
Podcast police officers, please. Podcast license, please. Podcast theory and practical, please. We all know a guy from the friendship group that if they were to start a podcast, these are the things that they will be saying. How does that even come into your mind to say it on a public platform? And to allow it to even be posted. What type of question is that? Not saying that these are the things that man them, speak about within themselves, no. But we all know a guy that is just so unhinged within a friendship group to say something so stupid like that. What do you mean should men start putting their hands on women again? Does that even make sense? No, genuinely, does that even make sense? Come on.
Podcast equipment needs to quadruple in price. You also should get a psych evaluation before you can own or hold a microphone.
Why couldn't they have put the whole WNBA on that cover and said the WNBA is the league of the year because of all the talent that we have?
Why couldn't they have made a league the athlete of the year? Because the athlete of the year award goes to an, meaning one, athlete. A better question is, why can't you be happy that this is the first time an athlete from the WNBA has gotten this award? Why are you not simply clapping for Caitlin Clark and saying, good job, guys, the WNBA is getting more representation? A little birdie tells me that it has something to do with her skin color. So many women that have my color are mad about the fact that a white girl came into that league and dominated it her rookie year. So much to the point where she got athlete of the year. It's almost like these people don't want their sport to grow. It's like they want the WNBA to continue to struggle. And she's talking about it being the league of the year. It's still on pace to lose tens of millions of dollars this year. So why would it make sense for that to be league of the year when it can't even turn a profit? But there was another part of the video I found interesting. Let's check it out. Wait, actually, before I move on, I want you to hear this because I want to give this woman credit because what I think she said is fair.
This were, but the fact that that's the very first WNBA player to ever win I'm Magazine Athlete of the Year is pretty special.
Okay, now here's the part that I found interesting.
So after being named Time's Athlete of the Year, Caitlin Clark apologized for her white privilege and says the WNBA is built on black players.
It's great that she said that, but the real honorable thing is don't take the award. Give the award to the person you believe deserve it.
I feel really bad because I've seen so many players of color that are equally as talented. They never got the recognition.
I want to know who had a better year than her. I think what she done was sensational. I think that she's getting backlash because she's white and a black person.
Absolutely. Many females with this skin color hate the fact that she came into that league and dominated it in the way that she did. In addition to that, they hate the fact that she got so much more attention than any of them. So rather than just saying, yep, she came in, she played great, she earned it. No, they gotta make it about themselves, make it about race, play the victim, cry, whine, the whole nine. I don't know how they're not embarrassed. And I hate the fact that Caitlin Clark bent the knee. Yeah, Caitlin Clark got the award, but you better know that women that with my skin color are the ones who built this league. So when there's a player that comes in their rookie year, has the impact, the performance, and influence on the sport that she's had, then y'all can whine and cry. But there was nobody putting butts in seats and having the same influence that she's had. And rather than cry and complain about it, accept it as reality and work to get better and do better. So tired of us complaining and crying because a white girl's good at basketball and has had a major impact on the WNBA. By the way, positive. Now, you guys are doing everything you can to try to ruin that impact. It's idiotic. But she's had a positive impact on that league. But keep working to destroy it. Keep it up. Keep it up for your egos. Keep working to destroy it. It's so stupid.
Kobe, Jordan, LeBron, Curry, Shaq, no one whined in their time. No one called the NBA the League of the Year, but a woman does it for the first time, and the feminists want the black women to get participation trophies too? Sore losers. And that is a wrap. Thank you for watching. It's been fun. Let's not forget that like, comment, and subscribe button now. See you in the next one.